Today, we're diving into an economic model that has stood the test of time, a model that has been driving economies forward for over 200 years. From its inception during the Industrial Revolution to its application in today's digital age, this economic model just keeps working. So what is this model, and why has it been so enduring? Stay tuned to find out. The birth of the model. Our story begins in the late 18th century with the birth of classical economics. The model we're talking about is the classical economic model, primarily developed by the pioneering work of Adam Smith, often referred to as the father of economics. Adam Smith's seminal work, The Wealth of Nations, published in 1776, laid the foundation for this model. Smith proposed that the wealth of nations is driven by the productivity of its labor force, the division of labor, and free markets guided by the invisible hand. It is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their regard to their own interest. Adam Smith. Core principles of the classical economic model. The classical economic model is built on several key principles that continue to be relevant today. Firstly, the idea of self-interest driving economic activity. Individuals seeking to maximize their own benefits inadvertently contribute to the economic prosperity of the whole society. Secondly, the importance of free markets. Smith argued that when markets are left to operate without intervention, they tend to allocate resources more efficiently, driven by supply and demand. Thirdly, the division of labor. By breaking down production processes into smaller tasks, productivity increases, leading to greater output and economic growth. Evolution and adaptation. Over the years, the classical economic model has evolved and adapted to changing circumstances. In the 19th century, David Ricardo and Thomas Malthus expanded on Smith's ideas. Ricardo introduced the concept of comparative advantage, which explains how countries benefit from trade by specializing in the production of goods they can produce most efficiently. Malthus, on the other hand, brought attention to the potential limitations of growth, such as population pressures and resource constraints. Criticisms and revisions. Like any economic theory, the classical model has faced its share of criticisms. Karl Marx, in the mid-19th century, criticized the model for ignoring the plight of workers and the potential for exploitation under capitalism. Later, during the Great Depression, John Maynard Keynes argued that free markets could fail and that government intervention was necessary to stabilize economies. Despite these criticisms, the core ideas of the classical model, self-interest, free markets, and the division of labor have been resilient. They have been integrated with Keynesian and other economic theories to create a more comprehensive understanding of economics. The classical model in the modern era. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we see that the principles of the classical economic model are still very much alive. In today's digital economy, tech giants like Google, Apple, and Amazon operate on principles of self-interest and free markets. The division of labor has taken on new forms with global supply chains and specialized production. Moreover, international trade continues to be driven by comparative advantage, with countries like China and India becoming major players in the global economy. Real-world examples. Let's look at some real-world examples where the classical economic model has been applied successfully. In the early 1980s, the United Kingdom, under Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, embraced free market policies. Deregulation, privatization, and tax cuts were implemented, leading to economic growth and increased productivity. Similarly, in the United States, President Ronald Reagan adopted supply-side economics, reducing government intervention and promoting free markets, which contributed to a period of economic expansion. Future prospects. As we look to the future, the classical economic model continues to provide valuable insights. With the rise of artificial intelligence and automation, the division of labor is set to evolve even further. Free markets will likely continue to drive innovation and efficiency, while self-interest will remain a powerful motivator for economic activity. However, it's crucial to balance these principles with considerations for sustainability, social equity, and ethical governance. The classical economic model has proven to be remarkably resilient and adaptable. From the Industrial Revolution to the digital age, its core principles have guided economic growth and development. While it's not without its criticisms, the model's ability to evolve and integrate new ideas ensures its continued relevance. As we move forward, understanding and applying these timeless principles can help us navigate the complexities of the modern economy. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into economics and beyond. Until next time, Keep exploring, keep learning.